In my last 5 live streams cold calling the Zillow for sale by owner list, I've gotten 5 deals. I've never hit a streak like this, and I don't know what's going on in 2026, but it has literally never been easier to make money wholesaling houses on Zillow. And what I'm gonna do today is show you exactly my entire wholesaling Zillow course so you could find the best wholesaling real estate deals on Zillow.com. If you have no money, going to Zillow, going to the for sale by owner section and just cold calling these people with a lowball offer is by far one of the simplest and easiest, fastest, and free ways to make money in wholesaling real estate. But my biggest issue I've seen is everyone goes down the path of just trying to call any property they see on Zillow, when specifically you need the right criteria, the right script, and exactly how to find the right buyers to actually wholesale houses on Zillow. And that's exactly what I'll be sharing with you step by step in today's course. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Zach Ginn. I'm 26 years old and I make millions of dollars every single month wholesaling real estate. And I go live on this YouTube channel a lot, just going on Zillow. Literally, I press the live stream button and I take my phone and I literally say this: my name's Zach Ginn. I am live. I have a phone, an internet connection. I do not have my wallet, and I need to go out here and make some money in wholesaling real estate. Let's go to Zillow and get a deal. Now, the next thing I usually do is go to a spinner wheel where I have every market in the United States and I randomly spin it because people legitimately believe that I have like fake actors on the other line, like these fake sellers, because there's zero way that you can just cold call somebody on Zillow and get a wholesaling deal. And like, why is it so much easier for you, Zach, to make money doing this while I'm struggling? It's because the knowledge I have in my brain changes the entire situations and the way that I wholesale houses. And I'm going to give you all that knowledge of why I can go within an hour and get a wholesaling deal on Zillow when pretty much everybody else struggled. But before I break it down, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. So right here, we are on Zillow.com, and it just can't get easier than this. We are going to go out here and put our market where we live. Let's choose Ohio, for example. So right here in Zillow, let's just choose a market. Let's do Ohio, for example. And the secret here is we're just going to go to filters and we're only going to press owner posted. And right there, it's going to be for sale by owners. So filters, owner posted, and all the for sale by owners in the great boring state of Ohio pop up right here. And all we're going to do is hit my main 2 criterias for wholesaling houses on Zillow. Number 1, and most important, the property needs to be listed over 100 days. We are not going to go after properties that are before 100 days on Zillow. And criteria number 2, our MAO or max allowable offer has to be at worst 70% of the listing price. So basically this means if a property is listed for $300,000, absolute most I would lock the deal up for is $210,000, which means I'd have to lock it up probably for like 200 grand and then sell it for 210 to make like 10 grand. Now, let me explain why you want properties to be 70% of the list price. Well, the truth is your cash buyers do not want to buy properties for the list price, where they literally go on the market or on Zillow and actually go on the property. It's more of a perception thing than anything that I found with cash buyers, but it's 100% true. And regardless of what you think, and I just want to make this very clear, if you come to me and say, Zach, the house is listed for $300K on Zillow and it's been listed for 140 days, but I did my own calculations and it's actually worth about 350 grand. So I'm going to lock it up at list price and try to sell it for 350. You're wrong. The market has spoken. That is not a deal. And so many wholesalers just get this completely wrong on Zillow. The free market is pretty powerful. And if that thing's been rotting and sitting for 140 days, you're not missing much. So my best advice for you is if the property is under 70% of the list price for the contract, you're generally in a good spot. Doesn't guarantee you're going to sell it or make a stupid amount of money, but you're going to have some success there. Now, on top of that too, why do you want properties sitting over 100 days? Well, usually the arc of how these Zillow for sale by owner homes go is on day 1, they list it, they get a bunch of calls from all these wholesalers, all these investors, all these realtors. They get a stupid amount of calls from prospective buyers, and it usually never sells because they list it way too dang high, like way too high. And they say, I am getting all this interest, my property's worth all this money, and blah, 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 blah. Now, obviously, none of these people actually end up buying. After about 60 to 70 days, the calls just get shorter and shorter and shorter. And then eventually by day 100, the realtors ain't calling as much anymore. Not many wholesalers are talking to them, and the property's just kind of sitting there. Now, the whole point here is all these properties are listed for way above than what you should be even getting close to on a contract price here. Your goal is to call these people over 100 days old and try to figure out if they had something new that came up or if they're finally just sick and tired of the property and they want to get rid of it now for cash for a lower price. Now you're hoping they haven't had any offers and maybe something in life happened where they just need to get rid of it or sell it for cash right now. Then you come in like Superman and swoop in and save the day. So if they had it listed for like $350, they keep cutting it and they're getting no interest. Just, hey, I want to buy it for cash, but I can't do that price. Hit them with like a 200 or maybe even a 180 price and see if they take it. Lowball it. Now, most of the time they're going to say no and you're crazy. But if you use my exact script, you can actually precondition and change the mindset of the seller in real time. See, this is the secret that I don't really talk too much about, which just blows minds. But you can get a seller from their crazy high price and statistically give them the best shot that you can have to get them to accept your lowball offer by doing these certain things on the script, where they're mentally understanding without you saying it that, hey, your house is ugly, nobody wants it, and I need to buy it for a low price. So let's get into how I do it. So now we're in Zillow, 810 properties. I'm gonna go to newest first, and these are the newest houses. Obviously, we wanna skip those. Well, I'm gonna scroll all the way down here where I could find properties that are over 100 days on Zillow. Let's go down here. All right, let's click, see where we're at here. So this property is 20 days old, so we gotta keep going. Now where all these properties are over 272 days old. So a property, for example, here, like this one, it's listed on the property for over 272 days on Zillow. The houses are, this is just really old, bad pictures, obviously bad marketing on this thing. And all I'm gonna do is just scroll down here and go to property owner and get the phone number right here. Now, there's a couple things on Zillow that are gonna strike me fancy here with this property. Number one, they're not interested in flippers. So that's actually just a bad red flag. I probably wouldn't even call this property, but curb offers only. I don't even know what that means. Maybe offers from just looking at the picture, don't come see the house. This guy doesn't seem motivated. Now, what you're gonna find is on these Zillow for sale by owners that are over 100 days old, either they have the price there because they're just crazy in their price. And it's like, oh, if the offer fits, then sure, I'll sell it. Or they actually need to sell it, but they don't know how to market and they don't want to deal with a realtor. And it's ugly, they just don't want to list on the MLS. Now, this is not a good property because that description obviously sucks. And sometimes properties listed for that long, many wholesalers have tried and it doesn't work. So you kind of want to get lucky. That's why like 100 to 130 days is like that good median. So let's go closer to 100 days. I'll show you what a good one looks like. And obviously scrolling through, these uglier properties are always usually better. So this process right here looks interesting. They just did a price reduction, 103 days old, new furnace, new water tank, and there's no photos on the property. Now, this is gonna be the perfect property for me here. Now, what I would do here is I would call the property owner up right here on their phone number, and I'm gonna use my simple script here. Now, when I call a Zillow for sale by owner, the first thing I do when I call is I ask two simple questions. Question number one, is this the owner of the property? Get some curiosity. And number two, I see if they are still interested in selling. Now I might be like, why in the world are you going to ask if they're still interested in selling the property? Because you subconsciously want the seller to think, oh, what? Yeah, the thing's been listed for a while, I guess, because the property's just sitting there. If you just listed the first 3 or 4 days, you're gonna say, you're still looking to sell this thing? No, like you're subconsciously letting the seller know that, hey, I know this thing's been listed for a while. And you want them to kind of discover that on their own. You don't want to say, this property's been listed for a very long time. You need to sell it to me for a discount. Bro, that is a bad thing to do here. That is not going to help you out. But what is going to help is have the seller come up with the decision that they need to get rid of this thing for cash. So this comes to question number 3. Obviously, they're going to say, yes, I am. Oh, awesome. So the first thing I like to do, and I try to build a little bit of rapport, and you're going to find this with these sellers, that they're going to either give you a little bit of attitude, they're either going to be really nice and talkative. It really depends. Sometimes these people are just in the worst, most awful moods. They're going to say something like super mean to you and weird. It really depends on their mood. But usually I like to go with, hey, this is Zach. Nice to meet you. And you're going to let them know that you want to buy the property, but you had some questions. Now, from there, it's up to them. They could either sell themselves to you, sell the property or not. You're going to get a pretty good inkling of where they're at after that talk. But I always like to say, hey, my name's Zach. Nice to meet you. What was your name? And the very part you want to end it with, what's your name? because obviously you're trying to build some rapport. Now, if her name is Sheila, oh, hey, Sheila, nice to meet you. Now, this is like acquisitions or, sales 101, but you want to go out here and say their name a lot. Now, this is from an old book called How to Win Friends and Influence People, but the most sweetest, best name in the English language is somebody's name. So if your name's Robert, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I love it when someone says my name, Robert. Now, unless you're a narcissist, you don't publicly say that, but that's just how subconsciously your brain works. Now I got their name. I'm building some rapport. I actually care. I'm going to ask you, I want to buy the property, but I just have a couple more questions if that's okay. And your question, this is really the boom, the dagger right there for the deal. But you're just going to ask, hey, I saw this property. It's been listed for over 100 days. Are the photos the same or updated? And again, this is another like subconscious hit that I like to do. But the whole entire point of why I am trying to ask them this question. So, hey, I saw this property's been listed for over 100 days. And I guess my only question here is, are the photos the same condition as when they were listed 100 days ago, or are they updated? Just so I know what the current condition of the property is. The whole entire point here, guys, is you're not going to point out and say, I know the property's been listed for a while. How dare you? Shame, shame, shame. The whole goal here is you want them to know, hey, I know it's been listed for a while. Oh, these photos, they're from when they originally listed. So they're 3 months old. Okay, they're 4 months old. Okay, got it, understood. The reason I do this is so they subconsciously understand. Now from there, if it's a really like ugly house, I will tell you, I would like to always try to get the cost to fix it up. And the point I always ask is, they might say, yeah, I got quoted 70, 80 grand. So it's costing $80,000 to fix this thing up. Okay, understood. And you're just going to be like, oh man, I was really hoping it was nicer. And you kind of just already pre-set up the lowball. Then from there, you claim that you and your partner, which could be me, could be anyone, are looking to buy, but the price that's currently listed is a little high based on what you want to get in rent or to fix it up. And then you kind of leave the door a little open here. So how would I kind of approach this? So me and my partner, we are looking to buy properties in the area, but the only issue with here is based on what we get in rent and the cost to fix this thing up, I don't know if I can do that $230,000 price. You just shut up and see what they say. Leave a little bit of silence, and then they're going to spit out something. Now, they're either going to say number 6 here is they're not going to take any lowball offers. And then what you should say is, well, what's a lowball offer to you? Because everyone's definition of lowball is different. I mean, my lowball offer would be $5. Like that's what I think an insulting lowball offer is. Or they say, okay, well, what's your offer? And then from there, I just like to get them straight to the point. If I bought this thing cash, I closed in 14 days, I couldn't do, the list price, right? The list price. Well, what's your offer? Probably what I would do is I would offer 60% of the list price. You make a 10% spread on that. And so if the property's listed for, let's say, $150,000, I would have an MAO here of around $105,000. And then I would have a contract price of around $90,000. And anything below the MAO is something I would take and then make a quick little spread there. The point of wholesaling houses on Zillow is you're not going to go out here and make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. These are going to be $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 deals, but they're one of the best deals you could possibly get as a beginner because they're quick, simple, cheap, and effective. And every single time I go on Zillow, I can effectively find these deals really easy. It's because I know exactly how to frame the conversation. So from the beginning, I'm going to call them up. I'm going to see if they're the owner, if they're still interested. Hey, my name's Zach. Nice to meet you. I don't think I caught your name. What was your name? They give me your name. Oh, nice to meet you, Amy. Yeah, so I am interested in buying the property, but I just had a couple quick questions if that's okay. Hey, I saw the property here. It's been listed for around 120 days, so roughly 4 months. Just saying, what are the property photos compared to what it looks like now? I mean, are the photos updated? Are they when they got originally listed? Oh, okay, so they're 4 months old. Got it. Now, an extra thing you can add on, and again, this is very dependent on their attitude. So if they're nice, I like to say this. If they're mean, I don't like to say this. But a question is, why hasn't this thing sold? Seems like a decent property. Why hasn't it sold yet? And you kind of want them to subconsciously understand that the price is maybe too high. Hey, Amy, why hasn't the property sold yet? I don't understand. It's been listed for 4 months. I mean, why are you looking to sell it? Is it like something you need to sell? So why isn't it sold yet? From there, let them know that, hey, I am looking to buy the property for cash with my partner. We close quick. But that $150,000 list price, I don't know if I can do it. I think it's going to cost a little too much to fix it up in the condition that we like to get these as a rental property. I mean, if I bought this thing cash and I closed quick, what's a number that actually work for you? And they either might give you an offer, you can counter, or they say, you give me an offer, You spit out a lowball, at least 60% of the list price. If they say yes, you're going to send over an e-sign agreement. I would use xleads.com for this, obviously, for your e-signing. And then from there, get the property under contract and then go out here and find a buyer. Now, how do you go out here and find a buyer on Zillow? So for example here, let's say you got a property under contract on this property, for example. I'm gonna go out here and copy the Zillow zip code right here. I'm gonna go back into Zillow. I'm gonna go paste it right here. And I'm just gonna go not to for sale, but to for rents and find all the landlords in the area. Then from there, I'm just gonna go to all these properties in the same zip code that are listed for rent by owner. I'm gonna find a property that's for rent by owner right here, like this house right here. And I'm just gonna scroll down and where it shows the owner's information right here in net, I'm just gonna go get her phone number and call her up and say, hey, my name's Zach. I'm not actually looking to rent out your property, but I'm a wholesaler and I just got a property locked up across the street and I'll see if you're looking to buy any more rental properties. Call the For Rents. You're gonna find plenty of cash buyers there. Go to xleads.com to find cash buyers, Facebook, you're gonna be fine. But guys, that is my entire 6-step process on how you can get your first wholesaling deal on Zillow, or how you get your next wholesaling deal using Zillow. It's fast, free, easy, and efficient. So go out here, start going to Zillow.com, and let's start doing some wholesaling real estate deals. Guys, if you got any value from this video, do me a favor. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe. If you want to learn how to wholesale real estate completely for free, go to freewholesaling.com, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.